Yo, what is going on, everyone? It is Memory here. You already know what time it is. We're here for some more Attack on Titan, this being the 11th episode of the final season, or episode 70 overall. Zypher's going to be joining me. Of course, the link for his video will be down in the description. But the first thing that stands out to me about this episode, just before we even get into it, is the title of the episode itself, Deceiver. Now, instantly, I'm like, who is the deceiver? I guess it could be like a group of people. I guess we'll have to see, what we have in this episode, but really curious about that. But we were talking about a lot of things in the previous episode. Obviously, a lot going on right now. The thing that stood out to me the most, honestly, was just how the others are coming to the realization of like how Erin is now compared to how he was back then. And it's like, it's almost like night and day, honestly, like seeing Erin back then, like, because we had some flashback, obviously, in the previous episode, but then seeing him in the present as well. It's crazy, and it's a very interesting thing, obviously, the shift in Erin's character as we've saw it in the season. But besides that, like, well, I guess what ties into that is like the conversation with Zeke and Erin. Like, we need to get more into that. We need to get more from Zeke's perspective just in general, in my opinion. I think that is going to come at some point. But then there was also the whole thing with like Hizuru, and we pretty much like essentially what it is like why the Survey Corps, or like why we even had to go out and talk to these other people and meet these other people, like what even led up to that in the first place, because it could have went a different way, but Hizuru, like their greed and how all of that was and whatnot, we saw how that went. But yeah, with all that said, we're gonna see what we have with this episode. There's always a lot to talk about with Attack on Titan. I could sit here and talk about it forever, but we got an episode waiting here for us. We're gonna hop into it, guys. Here we go. Oh, shit.
Whoa. I was concerned for a second.
Oh my god. What the hell?
Oh, okay, Gabi.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Did she just kill him?
Yep.
And they're out. The guy was coming to help her and she just killed him.
Yo, she's about to go crazy.
This is bad.
Know who to trust anymore.
Yeah, this is bad. Right, heard their voices. That's crazy though, because Gabi was like having a nightmare, it seemed like, or something like that. And then Reiner having a fucking dream too, or nightmare. You told me I could do whatever I want, so. Oh my god.
Man, this goes to show you how bad the brainwashing
really,
is.
dude, it's just a armband.
Ooh, what the hell is this?
There are people out here. She's gonna kill her?
Falco.
She's thinking about it. Wait, isn't that Sasha's dad? Dude.
It is. Oh my god.
And Gabi's the one who oh man.
This is brilliant because Gabi's gonna actually start learning, like,
dude, look at her.
This is so awkward.
Yeah, it is really awkward.
Yo, Gabi's gonna do some dumb shit, man.
Yeah, she is. She definitely is.
It didn't even register in my mind till now. He let his daughter's killer in his house. Did that sink in for you?
Well, he doesn't know who killed her.
No, I know, but like, isn't that crazy that the person that killed his daughter, like, and I feel like even if he did, he understands the importance and the difference. I feel like he would understand still that, because remember Nico and how that shit happened, and he was a Marlian,
yeah, and
he was there for his daughter's thing, but like maybe he would be upset at her, but I feel like he wouldn't do anything crazy. But it's just crazy to think that the person that killed his daughter, the murderer of his daughter is in his house right now eating his food.
Yeah, so there's that, and then there's also like literally how Gabi's acting right now too, like two kind of things going on right here, because it reminds me of like her reactions remind me, like I think of when Reiner was talking to his family about like his time on Paradise, like when he was talking about like how the others were and all of that.
Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, that's literally what this kind of reminds me of. I think back to that.
And now she's experiencing the same thing, and she's like, it's messing her mind and her psyche, because the only way she could rationalize hating these people is that they're evil.
Right.
And now that she's realizing that there's kindness in them, she's like,
what the hell is this?
Trying to kill kind people. Like, she can't fathom that. And
she's literally trying to convince herself that
they're evil still.
Yeah. that the food's not good or whatever the case. Hey, it's
this man is still around.
the ship machine boy. Zachary, how's the ship machine going, man? Still working hard on that? The world's first flying boat. How does that even
They're talking
work?
about airplanes. They're
Like,
talking about
okay,
airplanes,
a flying
Obviously,
boat.
They wouldn't have a name for it yet.
Right, that makes sense. This is what Hanji has to deal with as the leader.
He said, "I don't mind you changing your views, but tell me like you're doing this for the best of our people." Yeah, see, like she says it right here. This is most of anti-Twitter right here. Erin has done nothing wrong.
Erin ain't doing nothing wrong. Yeah, there's too many question marks around the rumbling right now. You want Erin leading the country? You want Erin leading the country? Like, really, Flock? Oh, you know Flock just ain't gonna settle for that. They about to do their own shit.
Yo, I feel so bad for Hans, man.
Yeah, the position she's in, like, I would hate to be in this position. Oh, wow, they calling back to this?
Oh, call back.
Wow.
She's all alone.
They called back to that.
Oh my God. Damn, they're calling back.
They really
like,
calling back to
shit.
some, yeah, they really.
The little girl.
Yeah.
In front of the carriage. Oh my God, bro.
Wow. Damn.
What? Yo.
What the fuck?
What the Bro, you know what's messed up about that? Is that the parallel between the whole time we've always seen Mikasa cherish that moment of Erin saving her, and she held on to that as like a really touching moment of why she cares about him. And now she's horrified by that moment.
Yeah.
Now she sees it in a horrific way. It's like, what if I...
Because of how she's seeing Erin now. Because of how she's seeing Erin now. Like,
before
she's...
it was like, oh, he was protecting me. But
Yeah.
now it's like, was he protecting me, or has this man just been batshit?
Right.
all
She's
this
looking
time?
back
Like,
on these scenes, like,
oh, dude.
looking at them in a different way now. I love how they are using
Dude,
the callbacks
you
in
know,
this episode.
that means now that she's starting to think for herself, and she's like, and she hates the fact that now she's starting to see Erin differently.
Which, this is something that, like, with Mikasa, like, her role in the story, like, I know a lot of people have talked about it, like, in terms of just, like, her character. I think this is actually a good thing for her character, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, this is something I've been waiting for. This is something I've been waiting for with Mikasa.
Yeah, the whole time I was always like, bro, she's like, her whole thing is just always about Erin.
Yep.
And now she's finally starting to think for herself and be like, hold up.
Right.
The person that I want to protect and love so much because he saved my life that day, like, maybe I have to reassess this whole situation from the beginning.
Yeah, and I hate to see it play out like this, but also it's like a good thing, I feel like, too, for like Mikasa's
for her
character. Yeah.
Hey, look, his head got smaller.
They got it back down to normal size. Okay. It looked like the horse was about to bite her head. Yeah, like, what? Ooh. The horse is laughing. Oh my God. It's a freaking horse, Gabi.
Yo, Gabi thinks she's so far in her bag, but she's so out of depth.
Right. She gonna take this and...
no,
Oh,
Gabi.
no.
No, Gabi, I swear to God, don't. Falco, please, thank you.
Thank God Falco is here. She's covering for them.
Wait.
This is another callback they said 4 years ago.
I'm not sure if it's 100% the one, but I forgot who found her. Remember, it was a character that walked into a house and they saw like the dad eating his own wife.
Oh, I do remember that. I do remember
is
that.
Is this the daughter? Remember, they helped. It was Sasha, I think.
Yes, it was Sasha's village because Sasha came back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and then and she helped the girl escape.
Yep. I think this was her then.
Yep.
Yep. Dude, these callbacks. It's like the third or fourth one now in this, like, I love how they're doing that. Like, yeah, they were just in this village their whole lives.
Dude,
like,
dude, this is so brilliant because this could, like, all of this could be applied to real life, right? Where she's saying, like, you need to be hated, and the reason why you guys are hated so much is because of your past. It's like, but what did the people of this time and age do?
Right.
That's all that matters. Is like people keep going back to people have done
The
their
past, the
ancestors
past,
have
the
done in the
past.
past. It's like the people of our race, like if you're white, black, Asian, no matter what race you are, what did the people of our time do? There's so many people who are innocent but get judged for what their ancestors did hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
And it's not fair. It's like the Marlians are just as guilty right now than the Eldons were thousands of years ago. No one is right in this situation. Right now,
Right.
as much as Gabi hates to admit it, the Eldians are like the innocent ones here, for at least majority of them.
Like, yeah, they just literally her family, like this was like 4 years ago when this, like when her parents died or whatever, like we saw like that callback.
They just lived a peaceful
They,
life.
yeah, they just literally like they were in this village the whole time, living a peaceful life, like out here in the sticks, like. And but no, like your kind killed all these people. Like her mom didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. But
yeah, and it's like hard for people to see that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
I love
this. Yeah.
So much for this.
Right. Wow, dude.
Yo, I love
and
Falco so much.
and they didn't deserve it. They didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah,
See, look,
exactly.
she even
Falco
understands.
should be
Yes.
Why dude, these kids are understanding it, bro?
Yeah. Sasha, right? Dude.
Oh my god, dude, if Gabi
dude.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude. Niccolo. I think they're talking about Niccolo. Right?
Oh my god.
Wow, dude. Wow.
Bro, I'm tearing up. This,
yeah, that was that was beautifully executed.
This
that
isn't even, I feel like this isn't even recency bias. I could like confidently say this is probably one of the most important and greatest episodes in all of anime. Like one of the most important. Like seriously, like that is a message that this is trying to this like holds so much to the real world.
Yeah. This
is like one of the most powerful and important episodes in all of anime. It's up there as one of the most important episodes in all of anime.
Yeah, it's a very striking. It's a like. You would never think, right? Like an episode without Erin and without like Levi and without a lot of the others, right? Like that's the thing. Like with this series in Isayama. Here we go. Here we go. A global alliance. Bro. It's like we gotta strike now.
Bro, this music right now. War on parodies, baby.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh my god.
That was that was a powerful ass episode. And like even after that, I think maybe it's starting to get to Gabi, like sink in a little bit. Like
just a little bit.
Like maybe like a few percent. Like like the seeds have been planted. That's a perfect way to put it. Like you're about to say. Like
you just gotta wait for them to sprout. Dude, and I feel like what's gonna happen in the rest of the series.
I hope they sprout.
Really yeah, I hope Gabi's perspective changes, even if a little bit, right?
Right, yeah.
It will perfectly represent like Erin's, the way Erin saw the world wasn't able to change. He doubled down on how he saw it after he found out the truth. I hope that Gabi shows that she saw the same truth as Erin, but she was able to change her perception on the world.
Yeah.
And how because like Erin just doubled down. He's like, nah, fuck them kids.
Dude, I love how they use the callbacks in this episode, like multiple ones. Like that shit was like genius. I know AOT be doing that a lot, like with the callbacks and the flashbacks and how things like kind of tie in together, how they can like even in the present, how they like those scenes can have an impact. Like with Hanj, we saw with Mikasa, and then with that girl that Sasha saved. Like I love how they did that with this episode. And very powerful message definitely in this episode. Like we talked about it in the episode, man. That was like, I love that. And in an episode where there's not even any Erin, there's not even any Levi, there wasn't really like like when you think of like a lot of the really fucking good episodes of AOT, you know, it's usually like when you like have those kinds of characters in there involved. But like,
yeah, it's
even an
it's
episode
so
like this, in a message like this with like these characters is like so powerful. Like it says a lot. And they're
it's
kids and they're younger. Like that
yeah.
too. Like,
But that goes to show you that there's hope, right? There's hope for humanity. That there will be understanding, because if our current generation that runs the world doesn't understand, then there's kids that will lead the future later on that will understand.
yeah. So a very, very good episode, man. And even like they're setting up some other things too. They set up that at the end of the episode, like with Reiner and them saying we gotta launch like a surprise attack now. We can't afford any time to waste. Like we gotta. They want us, like they're expecting us to wait to regroup, but we're not even gonna let them have that time. So there's that. And then though we have to think about like Flock and them and these like the Erin fan club or whatever you want to say. They said the Eldian restorationists or whatever.
So what's crazy is the people that are backing Erin are the people that we don't really attach to. We don't really care about, like Flock, Louise, like we don't really care about these people. And the people that
I know there are
Erin,
some people who care about Flock, but I don't.
No, but I mean like not on the level of Mikasa.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Levi,
Yeah,
Hanj.
yeah. It's
like,
not on that level.
All those people are, and like Jean, Connie, they're all turning against Erin. Like the cast that we love are not on Erin's side, and the cast that like
we're not really familiar with or don't really
about, are the ones that are siding with Erin. It's so tough, man.
You're right.
It's wild how many pieces are moving. Isayama is brilliant, man. I love what he's doing here.
Yeah, this was genius what he did with this episode, and then just like the message here, and just obviously how it is in the series and how it is with the Malayans and like the Eldians, but then also how just so closely this relates to like what is going on in the world like nowadays. Like it's like a great kind of timing for an episode like this.
I guess, it's a really good timing
to come out. So that about does it for this episode of AOT, guys. Let us know what you thought of this episode. If you did enjoy the reaction, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.